okay, hold on. Before we enter, okay, now it's on air. Sorry, it was off air. Anyway, hi, I'm Kyle Chittenden. I'm the team lead from Triple Slash Studios.
And I'm David Hurst. I'm an engineer slash programmer slash composer for Triple Slash.
I'm Andrew Jones. I'm a software engineer for Triple Slash. I did the level editor.
Glad to have you on board, guys. Now, the title of your game is Magnetic by Nature, am I right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Yep.
And when did this actually hit the Xbox Indie Store?
It's been about 2-3 weeks.
Okay. You guys premiered it. Did you guys premiere this over at Saltfest, if I remember correct?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
How was that turnout?
Yeah, we spent the last weekend, at Saltfest. We had our own dedicated booth for showing off our game,
Nice.
and we had some prime location. And the Saltfest turnout for it being its first year was pretty good. We had a
This
lot
was
of
held
people.
at the University of Utah, correct?
That's right.
Cool. Right on. Right on. Can you give us an overview of the project and how it came about?
Yeah. So Magnetic by Nature was originally pitched to the class. The class voted on 10 projects. And those 10 projects went into a white box prototyping stage for 4 weeks. And after those 4 weeks were up, we took the projects and we pitched them to a board of industry professionals. And they greenlit 3 of the projects, and Magnetic by Nature was one of the projects.
Cool. All right. All right. Was this originally planned to be on say like on a platform rather than on PC?
This was originally planned to be on the Xbox, but we always left room, thinking in mind that in the future we would like to put it on PC.
So be able to have a multi-platform license.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Okay. I've got to ask, where did the name Triple Slash Studios come from?
So when we were forming up as a team, we knew that we needed at least something to call ourselves other than the best team in the class. We just all came up with a bunch of different ideas, voted on them, narrowed it down to, I think, the top 5 or so. And then it was, yeah, well, we kept voting on them until we came up with a pretty clear winner, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we picked it because it was the one that was the least crappy, basically.
It also has kind of a geek reference to it, where in coding you would put 2 slashes in front of a line of code to comment it out, and then we just thought, well, 2 slashes are, that's cool, but why not just have 3? So
Triple Slash just
Triple
sounds
Slash
so
Studios.
much cooler.
Right,
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay. How many team members are there, and are there like a multitude of hats that everybody gets to share?
Right, so there's 10 team members in total. There's 6 artists and 4 programmers. And since we're a small indie team, we all wear a ton of hats. For instance, I was a modeler, an artist, a team lead, helped with the rigging, the character animation, everything like that. Dave, I'm sure you wore a ton of hats too. Why don't you explain?
Yeah. So I was one of the programmers, but I was also given the opportunity, because the need arose, to compose the music and the soundtrack for the game. And besides that, even just do all the audio integration, sound effects, and within programming, I worked on anything from our basically homebrewed or self-created level editor to the XML representation of our levels, and really just every aspect of the project. I feel almost everyone touched on.
Yeah, definitely. Each of us had our specialization, but um, we also made sure that all of us knew enough about every aspect of the game to take over if we needed to.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Um, did you Did you nail the environment right down, or were there different variations off of this at all?
Right. There were a ton of variations for the environment. It wasn't until we put the game through alpha testing when we got community feedback from our peers, and we noticed then that the environment was not cohesive at all with anything in it. All the assets in the environment were kind of battling it out against each other. So after our alpha stage, we came back as a group and said, hey, we want to make this a cohesive environment. What do we want to settle on? And we figured out that Art Deco was the thing that kind of pulled our whole game together. We really like our Art Deco look as far as it is right now. So yeah, it took a lot of iteration. It wasn't just right after the alpha stage. It kept on iterating. Even now, it's going through iterations on becoming better and better.
Well, also, Andrew, can you talk about the whole magnetic mechanics? I mean, any issues that you encountered while going ahead and developing this with the team?
Yeah, we went through quite a few different iterations with the controls, with how the magnets work within the game. Originally, we had an aiming system where you actually aimed at one specific magnet and you attracted or repelled from that one. And it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of testing, a lot of play testing to figure out that it worked better for us to use this kind of bubble system that we developed. It freed up the control scheme, made it a lot simpler, cut and dry, and that worked out. I'd say the biggest asset to us in development has just been trial and error, honestly, iteration. We try something. If it doesn't work, we try something different until we get it right.
Very cool. I guess what are some of the best learning experiences did you guys get about the whole process?
Yeah, Dave, you want to?
Yeah, I'll chime in here because I felt like I learned a lot. So this is definitely the biggest video game project I've worked on thus far, and it's something about video game development doesn't really scale to larger projects. Like, it seems to take exponentially more work, and the core fundamentals of game development, which I learned, were like one, iteration, and two, not being okay with like throwing away good ideas. Hello?
Yes.
Sorry, my audio cut out. Am I still here?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Indeed.
I saw mouth move and nothing come out audio. So yeah, like the biggest things I learned were like iteration is key for getting a polished and fun game out, and just the amount of stuff you have to throw away that you get attached to is more than most people would like.
In my experience, I think that happens a lot, more often than most people think.
Yeah.
Since Triple Slash is a small studio, which one of you wore the most hats? Do you think?
You're gonna make us stay.
Did I put you on the spot?
I actually really don't think it's one person who wore the most hats.
It's actually, that's because it's Kyle.
It's not me. It's not me.
So, okay, I'll answer that for you. Kyle took care of PR. He took care of 3D modeling, took care of acting as a team lead, did a lot of HR, management type stuff. In terms of just the one who did the widest variety of things, I definitely say it has to be Kyle. All of us definitely pitched in. Our team has been fantastic. We didn't have anybody that just coasted by. Everybody contributed, and that's what's made this experience so great for us, I think.
did you guys? I mean, when you guys started the team out, did you know each other? Was it more of a get to know you type of thing, or?
So when we originally had the concept, like Kyle was saying, when we prototyped this idea, it was a team of 4 people, and I was on that prototyping team with one other coder and 2 artists. One of those artists being the original, I guess, the source of the idea. And I knew the other programmer before them, but I didn't know anybody else. And it's been similar as we've grown to a team of 10 people. Not really, no one had really worked with each other, known each other, and luckily there wasn't too much of a process of getting to know each other. We all kind of hit the ground running and just launched from there.
Okay, and as this grew along, there's a lot of camaraderie and everything.
Yeah, there's been plenty of long nights in the lab for us to get to know each other more than we'd probably like.
There have been some very late nights, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What were some of the harder issues that you had to go ahead and deal with? As an example.
Yeah. A lot of the harder issues, kind of like Dave was saying, was people had to throw away their assets. A lot of their assets were thrown away, and that happens in video game development. And that happened a ton with our game because we went through so much iteration. That was one of the hardest things that people tended to overcome within our group. And in the end, it was all for the better. It was all worth it. But through the middle there, it was kind of rough saying, oh, okay, so I've worked on this for a couple months. Sorry, we're gonna have to scrap it. Stuff like that. But I mean, like I said, in the end, it was totally worth it, and our game is definitely much higher quality because of it.
Yeah, on the programming side of things, as far as like technical difficulties, also, the class project required us to have the game released on the Xbox first, and there's a lot of hardware limitations that are involved with the Xbox.
Very true.
It being almost 10 years old now, I think it's a crappy piece of hardware.
It's definitely not aged very well.
Yeah.
Well, what engine did you guys use?
We did development on XNA. XNA is the platform that Microsoft gives for indie studios to use, as well as for XBlig and XBL, Xbox Live Arcade titles.
Right.
On top of that, we did use some middleware that we created in our game, Artemis, Mercury, some things for particle systems and that sort of thing. But most of the code is ours, really.
Nice. Nice indeed. Musical score. I heard grapevine-wise, you guys have got yourselves a major composer?
Yeah, we like to call him Major. But yeah, he's so when we launched our Kickstarter, we actually got a lot of people sending us messages saying, "We'd love to compose for you." You know, apparently there's a lack of work in that arena compared to how many people are willing to do it. But one caught our eye, Lance Montgomery, because he had won a college television awards Emmy back in 2011, I believe. And so, yeah, he's done some pretty cool stuff, and we talked to him, and yeah, he's totally on board for our PC release of the game. So.
Excellent.
And Lance will be collaborating with David Hurst, who actually did our original soundtrack for the XBig title. So they're going to be working together for our soundtrack for the PC release.
Sounds excellent. Sounds like you guys are going places.
We're trying.
Hopefully.
Is there a website that people can go to check things out, see your work, and be able to follow you?
Yes, there is. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. We've got a Facebook site, facebook.com// is it / studios, Kyle?
I believe it's
/studios.com.
And also / studios.com.
Okay, so you've got a development. So you basically have your team site then, your studio team.
That is
Yes.
correct.
Nice. Okay. How much is Magnetic by Nature going for on the indie store on Xbox?
$1. Can't get any better than that.
You hear that, people? $1. I mean, that's less than the McDonald's menu.
Yeah, just buy one
right.
less, small fry on the dollar menu and
Right.
get our game. Yeah.
While you're eating your fries, you can play an awesome title.
Sounds very cool. Do we have any, Dave? Dave,
Yeah.
do you have a sample of some of the musical track that we could go ahead and possibly check out?
Yeah. You want to play it right now?
Sure.
Let me send you a link to something here. Might take a second, but
That's what editing is for.
First.
I think you actually might be able to use the screen share option there.
will that?
I don't think that shares audio.
I don't think it will
You
be
don't,
audio.
no?
No.
But I've got a
Oh,
link
that
here.
sucks. Dang it.
I'm gonna try to pick one that is a little better than the others here. Let me post a link in the chat.
Let's see here.
I don't know if that's going to play through the stream or not, but
It might not, but what I can do, what I'll do
could edit it
is
in later.
what we'll do is here at the end of the interview, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and edit this on in, so people can go ahead and take a listen to this. Okay.
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 All right, gentlemen. It has been a pleasure talking with you and chatting
thanks for
about
having us.
chatting about Magnetic by Nature.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, / Studios. Any closing remarks, guys?
I would say follow our team on Facebook, follow our team on Twitter, and our website at /studios.com. And we also have a Kickstarter going up right now. It has 8 more days left. So just go on to Kickstarter.com, type in Magnetic by Nature, and you will see our project. We're almost funded, so please help support us as much as you can.
Donate and donate big.
Yeah.
Yep. Even if we go over our goal, every penny is going back into our project. So we appreciate anything from $1 up to however much you're able to donate.
Very cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our broadcast. We'll see you next week here on the Cybernauts. You have yourself a great week.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.